Hey guys, my name is Betterbrick Studios, and today we're going to be taking a look at the second part of my LEGO Transformers G1 Defensor, the team's medical specialist, First Aid. And here he is in vehicle mode. And one thing that longtime fans of the channel will probably notice right off the bat is he has a striking similarity to the Ironhide and Ratchet design I made a year and a half ago. And that's actually because the G1 toy is based off of the same vehicle that Ironhide and Ratchet is based off of. So I decided to keep consistency in my LEGO Transformer by sharing a similar design. The vehicle does have a few noticeable flaws, mainly in this section here. There's just a bunch of Technic panels that I didn't know how to cover up, so it just looks meh. And on the back there's this big hole, but that's there so that you can flip out the hand in combine mode. Other than that, he does roll pretty nicely. And the top is mostly smooth aside from just one hinge there. So overall it's pretty decent in vehicle mode. For size comparisons, here we have Warpath, Grapple, and Ultra Magnus. So surprisingly, in vehicle mode, he is more of a Voyager scale than a Deluxe, considering that normally figures of First Aid are Deluxe class. On to Transformation. Transforming First Aid is pretty basic when it comes to the legs and most other things, but the arms are pretty complex. So to get started, I just take the arms and you have to untab them from the sides of the legs, which really doesn't want to happen sometimes. So you just pull and those will move out on the ball joint. And you can see the waist is kind of spinning right now. And this part got stuck to the arm. So anyway, you just pull the legs out on the ball jointed hinges, then you fold out the feet. And the legs are connected in the middle by a Technic pin and two studs on each side of the hand. And once those are all separated, the legs sit just like that. Then you're going to get to work on the top by basically lifting this whole front section. Then this panel moves out of the way for convenience. Fold out the head, rotate, and then the panel will just move back into place. And this whole top section will fold over. I like to just hinge these down so they sit flush with like the collar area. And then with the arms is where it starts to get complex. You're gonna fold them forward, then they hinge to the side and fold up. Then these will rotate, fold the arms down, and flip up these shoulder pads. And that's one arm complete, and two arms complete. And that's basically all you really have to do for First Aid. And here he is in robot mode, which is admittedly kind of disappointing. His arms are way too big. He only really looks good from the front because if you look at him from the side, you can see he has a bunch of stuff hanging off the back of his legs. He has this big section hanging off his back, which looks really weird. His arms are weirdly flat. And overall, he's lacking detail where he really needs it. His head sculpt is pretty basic, and the only really cool looking thing is these shoulder panels, which aren't even accurate to how he's supposed to look. For accessories, and yes, I actually did make him some accessories, he has this futuristic welding torch and this hammer so he can fix up his allies on the battlefield. These just plug into his hands with these clips here and don't really do much because you can't pose with them that well. Speaking of articulation, side to side at the head, up and down. Shoulders are on a ball joint, which allow for a wide range of movement, and you can also get a butterfly hinge here, but whenever moving the shoulders, it also moves the torso, which is kind of annoying. Elbows bend, and you can also have a second bend using transformation joints, and can fake a swivel inwards using other transformation joints. At the waist, he actually has a rotation, which is kind of rare for my Transformers. Average ball jointed hips, ball jointed knee, and slight toe pivot. So overall, he isn't too articulated. For size comparisons, here we have Warpath, Grapple, and Ultra Magnus. Like I said before, he's surprisingly more of a Voyager class than a Deluxe class. So to finish off, he's probably one of the most average Transformers I've ever made. His articulation is average, his transformation's average, his design is average, vehicle mode's average, just everything about him is average. So there isn't really much to say. But considering that he is supposed to be only a part of a bigger picture, that being Defensor, I feel like it's excusable, especially since this was the first figure I made as part of this Defensor, so I didn't have a clear image of what I was doing. I have been Betterbrick Studios. Make sure to check the community polls and vote on what you want to see reviewed next. And I'll see you guys next time.